At the power forward, 6 feet, 7 inches, number 44, Patrick Williams. At the point guard position, at 6 foot 6 inches, number 2, Lonzo Ball. Starting at center, standing 6 foot 11, number 9. At the other forward position, at 6 foot 6 inches, number. At guard, 6 foot 6, number 8, Zach LaVine. Your Chicago Bulls head coach is Billy Donovan.
This is it, opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here. Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Last season, James Harden.
I agree, David. Every word of it. Absolutely. Thank you. And a chance now to take a look at the schedule for the Chicago Bulls. On Wednesday, they'll head out on the road to face the Pistons in Detroit. And then on Friday, they'll be taking on Jonas Valanciunas and the New Orleans Pelicans. So the net starting 5. The post pair, Durant along with Griffin. Harden out there with Irving, and it's Harris in at the 3, the small forward. And for Chicago, in the backcourt, it's Ball and LaVine. Williams is out there with DeRozan, and it's Vucevic in at center. And this must be a time of year, Clark, when teams are still working on their chemistry, everybody getting comfortable with their roles.
Well, you know, hopefully that's been established by now, Kevin. And even this early, you'd like that to be kind of anchored in. There's not a lot of time for the feeling out process in the NBA. You know, once the game starts for real, they come pretty fast and furious. You know, Ball has proven he can pass and rebound the ball. He's a very impressive player. Now he just needs to add his shot and become more effective as a scorer.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And he makes the first. Ball hits them both. And here are the Nets. Harden outside. Back to Irving. It's stolen by Vucevic. And there's the call on Durant. That's his first foul.
It's still early in the period, and they're only one foul away from being over the limit.
Here's Ball. On the wing, Williams. Shot clock at 5. Shot from the wing. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
Irving sets a screen for KD. Back to Irving. The pass to KD. For the 3. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
I think we're all aware of Durant's in-the-gym range as a shooter. I mean, seriously, I don't think there's a shot he can't make.
Clark, as good a scorer as ever. Durant just needs to stay healthy, right? Just to break all kinds of records.
I agree with that, Kevin. He is as lethal a scorer as we've seen. I mean, when you just talk about putting the ball in the basket, he's in the top 10 all time for my money. And you see why LaVine's been a hard, tough out in the slam dunk contest. Has a natural ability to entertain the audience, and that bounce and athleticism certainly doesn't hurt either.
Awesome rewind, courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. A wide open look for Durant. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
Griffin created the space for that shot.
Outside, Ball. DeRozan on the wing. And Levine, here we go. And Levine throws it down.
Levine showing you great speed down the lane. He really accelerates. It's hard to stay in front of him if he's your assignment.
Brooklyn's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Harden the pass to Durant. The kick out to Irving. Brooklyn gets it back with the new shot clock at 14. That one goes in. KD's got 8 points. Last outing for the Bulls, it was a loss to Memphis. Ball dishes to DeRozan. Vucevic trying to get open. Again, Chicago.
And early on, they looked great. They made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Ball against Harden. Outside Griffin. Left side Harris. In the corner. Harden just 5 to shoot. Over Williams. And Harden with the basket on the assist by Harris.
You know, with Harris, if you're open, he's going to make sure he finds you.
Bulls have gone 4 of 4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here.
T-shirt time! Ladies and gentlemen,
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. And a new group in for the Nets. Well, Marcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Griffin. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Kevin Durant. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Irving. And it's Mills in for James Harden. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. And it's White missing.
Well, you know what? All good things must come to an end, and they finally miss after making their first 4.
Harris against Bradley. Harris kicks to Mills. 5 on the clock. Pass to Aldridge. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Mills can't hit. And it's the Bulls with the ball. This, of course, their first look at the Nets.
In this game, just the first of 4 meetings between these two. They'll get quite familiar with each other by season's end.
You know what, guys? I don't know. I get the feeling that this could be an interesting matchup this season. This first game will tell us a lot.
Bradley passes to Caruso. Inside. And White kicks to Brown. 5 to shoot. Aldridge gets a hand on it.
Aldridge in the neighborhood, you've got to be careful shooting it. I mean, proving there that he's capable of blocking shots.
And the Nets making a change here. Johnson's checked in. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Mills looking it over. There's the pick. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Brown against White. Back to Jones. Beyond the arc. And he beats the buzzer. Wow!
Yeah, that's just an amazing play to get that ball off in time.
I agree. I mean, and to have the composure to lock in and get off a shot he feels confident about, that's good work.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Bulls lead by 3. And plenty of scoring on this team, but Kyrie Irving knows he's always got the green light.
Coaches wants me to be aggressive, to set.
Agreed, and for an NBA defense, few more scary, Greg, than Kyrie Irving with his foot on the gas.
Yeah, because he doesn't just score on you. When he gets in that mode, Irving can make you look silly.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And from what we've seen so far from the Bulls, what's your take?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Durant. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's Paul Millsap. And it's Johnson in a power forward. Harden with a screen on DeRozan. Here's Durant.
Man, Durant is a flat-out baller, showing off his wily strength on these tough finishes. He's a thin guy, but he's a strong guy.
I find it really interesting to talk to KD about his origins. Says every memory he had growing up involved basketball. Skip prom and stuff like that. He was just focused on the game.
Bulls making a switch here. Ball's checked in. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Nets. Ball against Harden. Ball dishes to DeRozan. DeRozan with a screen for Levine. Lays it up and banks it in. Levine's got 8 points. And Durant grew up in a tough environment. We all know that. Basketball, Greg, was the only way out.
As it has been for so many NBA players, you feel bad for guys with great talent who get derailed along the way. It takes so much hard work and discipline and luck just to have a chance at making it.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Brooklyn Nets are creating a fresh legacy. Kevin Durant says it's new energy. We're one of the first teams in Nets history where fans are expecting us to do good things. The basketball culture is deep in Brooklyn, and they're looking for a team to latch on to. Well, guys, it looks like they found a good one.
I agree, David. Thanks. Chicago leading by 3. DeRozan surveying the D. And it's sent back by KD.
KD's defense has really taken a huge step forward. I mean, excellent at blocking shots now, and he's a better help defender. Man, he's putting that reach to good use on the defensive end.
Here's Ball. Good work defensively by Harden. And it's Harden with the ball for Brooklyn. Right side Irving. That puts them in the lead. Irving's got the lead up to 1 now for Brooklyn.
You can't allow Irving that look. You just can't give him that. He's too talented a player.
Ball, the pass to DeRozan. Over Durant. And again, Chicago. No good. The Nets have gone a sensational 5 of 5 from the field since the start of the second quarter. Shoots from 12. And again, it's Brooklyn converting. Now with guys like Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, we've seen, Clark, the resurgence of the center position in the NBA.
Yeah, how about that, Kevin? A little bit of back to the future, because historically centers were the go-to guys on title teams when you look at the history of the game. Even though we've shifted to a perimeter game, we've seen the skilled big men have MVP caliber seasons the last several years.
Lets it go from deep. That one, no good. And the Bulls going the other way now.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
Ball kicks to Williams. Passes it to Vucevic. Over Irving. And just miss after miss right now.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Shot from 12. And Paul Millsap, the bucket on the assist by Harden. And now a 5-point Nets lead. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Lovables.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets.
Here's a look at some stats for White. How he did last season. Averaged about 15 points a game. 4 assists and 4 rebounds. The contributions he's been making on the floor have been a boon for this team. Great stretch of games for him.
Yeah, you know, they've given him more responsibility, and he's responded. And the way he's going, I think his role is only going to increase.
Nets on defense. Bradley dishes to Brown. .103 left now here in the second. 6 to shoot. Here's Caruso. Aldridge is covering. Caruso, no good.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
Brown inside. White covering. The shake. To the wing on the left. White against Brown. Here's Aldridge. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Aldridge has got his first 2 points.
Well, you've got to push Aldridge out farther. I mean, he's too big and too skilled from this area.
Bulls trail by 7.
Man, this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
Bruce Brown. That's his second personal
First trip
foul.
to the free throw line for him in this one.
Foul. At the line for Chicago, Kobe White. At the line for 2.
And that one falls for White.
The athleticism and blinding speed White possesses is impressive. This guy plays with a lot of moxie.
And both free throws good for White.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Here's Mills. Pass to Aldridge. With the fadeaway. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Brooklyn ahead. They lead by 5. The Jets now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And thank you for joining us as with 2 quarters in the books, it's looking.
I have to applaud their offensive consistency. They're not wasting possessions or taking bad shots. That's a testament to the...
And a look now at some of the games that have yet to tip this evening. The Lakers play. And that'll do it for the halftime show. Shaq, what grade do you give our show?
Ernie, perfection.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
He just loved the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look they wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
In the backcourt, it's Ball and Levine. Williams is out there with Vucevic, and it's DeRozan in at the 3 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Let's give a look now at the 2K leaderboard to see who led the league in assists last year. James Harden is second.
Very few guys pass the ball better than he did. I mean, he didn't just have eyes in the back of his head. It's almost as if he had them on both sides, too.
Ball finds DeRozan. Outside, Levine. And no good. Great D that time from Griffin.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Oh, Griffin in position. Ball with the rebound.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thank you for the baton, Kevin. Kyrie Irving, of course, marches to the beat of his own drum. At times, that might rub people the wrong way, but Kyrie says, I've learned lessons from it. That's the most beautiful and exciting part, just the growth. What I'm saying is, it's always been bigger than the game for me. And guys, you have to respect his willingness to go it alone.
You do indeed, D.A. Thank you for that portrait. Williams kicks to DeRozan. Kick out to Levine. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist. Levine's got 13.
Levine has always had a nice feel for his catch-and-shoot jump shots. And his teammates encourage him to shoot it every time he gets an opportunity to.
Mark, one of the things that separates DeRozan from other two guards, his back-to-the-basket game.
James Harden.
Well said, Kevin, and you're right. I mean, he says every time I shoot a turnaround, I feel like nobody can get to it. He's got excellent footwork. He can really get off the floor. And it's a classic move that made guys like Bernard King a real problem to guard. And I speak from experience on that, folks. King was lethal scoring the ball.
Outside Irving. Harris finds KD. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Blake Griffin. That's his first personal foul.
Chicago shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
Take a break.
2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
The key piece of the trade sending Jimmy Butler from Chicago to Minnesota, Zach LaVine embraced his new, enhanced, and expanded role, showing he can be the focal point of an offense, averaging over 25 points per game in the 2021 season.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Tony Bradley's checked in for Vucevic, and it's Alex Caruso in for Lonzo Ball. Here's Mills. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
2 minutes.
LaVine against Harden. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden.
Second personal foul.
That'll be his second foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Patrick Williams. Troy Brown comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's White in for LaVine. To the inside. It's stolen by Bradley. There's the pass to Jones. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Pass to White. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. It's blocked.
Clearly out of rhythm now, guys. I mean, just 1 for 5 to begin the second half.
And here's Mills. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. That's tipped and taken away by Brown. To the left wing. Bradley is screen on Johnson. Harden against Brown. 6 on the shot clock. Outside, Jones. 3-pointer. Caruso, no good. Nets leading by 7. Here's Johnson. Up and in on the line.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Passes it to Jones. Brown against Brown. Brown the pass to White to the left side wing. Here's Caruso. Offensive rebound. Johnson with some nice D. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
All right, look who's coming onto the court.
While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And Brooklyn, look at who they've got. Irving is out there with Mills. Then there's Griffin. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Harris in at the small forward.
DeRozan is deceptive in his height and quickness, so I think it makes him hard to guard, especially from this area.
And the first one drops. Durant's checked in for Patty Mills. Both free throws good from DeRozan.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
At the line for two.
And he sinks the second.
Well, you look at Durant, and it's obvious. He feels like he's got so much more to prove. I mean, he's as driven a player as you'll find in this league. That's part of his greatness.
Ball to pass to Vucevic. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Fast break, here they come. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Irving's got the lead up to 10 now for the Nets. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Nets.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters, to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Rosen dishes to Vucevic. White, wide open, he fires. A three-pointer's right on target.
Boy, Vucevic, so solid in all fundamentals of the game, and really an outstanding passer for a big guy.
Pass to KD. Back to Irving. The pass to Aldridge. To the middle. Here's Griffin, and the slam by Blake Griffin.
Aldridge keeps his head up and his options open. He's a team-oriented guy with a good basketball IQ. Excellent pass.
Ball surveying the defense. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Outside for KD. Just 5 on the clock. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And it's Chicago the other way. Right the pass to DeRozan. Irving with the ball. Harris finds Irving. The three. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
Easy feasting for KD. I mean, he's been killing them tonight. They just don't have an answer for him.
Down low. Here's Vucevic. And Vucevic throws it down.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
And now let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
And he's just been crushing it on the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, he had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
During that last break, guys, I got a chance to hear Steve Nash talking to his team. He said, I love how we're shooting the basketball. You guys have been locked in from 3. Just keep taking makeable shots. If you don't have it, pass it to the guy who does. Kevin?
KD with it. Now guarded by Vucevic. Bulls trail by 10. Outside DeRozan. The drive-by ball. To the paint. Here's the 3. And the Bulls, another 3.
I really think it's important that that shot becomes part of Ball's arsenal. He's got to get comfortable knocking down the three-point shot.
Nets leading by 7. Now Harden. In the corner, it's Harris. Back to Harden. Nets passing it around. KD a screen on ball. Really left alone that time.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Nets.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And it will be a fight. When you see an opponent that many times, it's inevitable that those games take on a little extra added meaning for the player.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for KD.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Griffin sets the screen for KD. And there's the drive. Back to Griffin. Durant feeling it out a bit. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season.